Hey everybody! Alright, I already told the Mona Lisa story, but I've been sitting here thinking about other things that happened while I was in Paris, and I'm going to give you another one after I grab my drink. Ta-da! Okay. See, I've managed to down some of it since I started. Okay, I got another story. This story is entitled The Angel in the Metro. Okay, so my sister and I were enjoying Paris for 2.5 days, and I took it upon myself to plan basically every minute of the time we were there, because we were only going to be there for, like I said, 2.5 days. And she was like, okay, whatever, I can always come back later, which she did, I think, at least once, maybe twice. I have not been back, but anyway, I had a funny feeling that this was maybe my only opportunity to really soak in this place I'd dreamed about, since I was a child. So the first night we were there, she went to sleep. I stayed up till probably 2:30 in the morning writing lists of everything I wanted to see, the stores I wanted to go to, the museums, the neighborhoods, everything. I just had it all the shopping, everything was all planned out. And one of the number one plan after we had breakfast the next day was that I wanted to go down to our metro station, which was I think you pronounce it Odeon metro station, Odeon, and it's in the Saint Germain des Prés neighborhood, I think. Anyhow, extremely old, quaint, what you saw in movies in the 50s and 60s is where we stayed. Now, Paris does not all look like that. A lot of it looks like, Chicago or something. But where we stayed it was like staying in the quarter in New Orleans. So, that same kind of historic vibe. So anyway, number one was to go down to our metro station and get a metro pass. I figured that was going to be the easiest way to do it, and I knew that, to get around, and I knew that you could get passes for a day, 2 days, 5 days, a month, whatever. So I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted to buy each a 3-day pass. So took my sister down to the station. We filled out the paperwork. I'm talking to the lady behind the counter. She's not understanding me. I'm trying my best in my broken, Franglish to try to tell her what I wanted, and she wasn't having any of it. Well, after about, I don't know, minute and a half of wrangling with this lady, this man appears at our side. This man who was the most beautiful man I have ever seen. He was 6'2", curly blondish hair, graying a bit at the temples, face of a god. He looked like a movie star. He looked like George Clooney's handsome brother. The guy was just gorgeous. He was dressed all in shades of green, kind of mossy green, and a little bit of, like I don't know, muted brownish greens, khaki-ish colors. He had on like canvas, some sort of expensive looking canvas pants, and these nubuck suede shoes, and some kind of wonderful, really, I don't know, subtle plaid, maybe linen shirt. It looked like he was all in natural materials too. I noticed shit like that. He had some kind of a scarf around his neck, and he was wearing a corduroy jacket that was nicely tailored. He just looked good enough to eat. He was just gorgeous. Okay, so he appears beside us, and I'm looking this guy up and down like, who sent you over? Central Casting? You're just, what? And my sister didn't even notice the guy, right? Well, he leans over, and he looks me in the eye, and he says, I'll do this for you. You want the 3-day pass, correct? I said yes. So he, quick, money butt, here's your passes. wow, gosh, thank you, dude. That's really something. And he said, well, how long are you ladies in Paris for? And we told him, and we asked when he was, was he a local? What's his deal? He says, no. He says, I'm an exchange professor. I came from Tel Aviv. I've been here for a year, and now I'm going home tomorrow. It's my last day, and I'd like to spend it with you. All right. So, being the triple water sign Scorpio that I am, all my red flags went up. Okay, we've just met a mass murderer. All right, this guy's going to steal our purses. Oh no, we're getting our identity stolen. I mean, it's just like, no, 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 back away from the handsome angel, back away. But I didn't. I was in Paris, and when a beautiful man walks up to you in Paris and says, spend the day with me, you do not back away. So, I grabbed my sister by the arm. Yeah, sure, we will. What do you want to do? He said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, first we need some lunch. So we got on the metro and we went to some shopping area near the Galerie Lafayette, because that's where we went next, was shopping there. But anyway, so we went and we sat in this cafe, kind of semi-indoor, outdoor place, very funky, cool, like a neighborhood pub kind of thing. Everybody had their dogs. They were all smoking, eating, being loud, being just, beautiful Parisians of every nationality too, because Paris is an extremely cosmopolitan place. I mean, you've got people of every stripe and color, all cheek to jowl. I imagine New York's like that. I've never been there, but it's very cosmopolitan. And so we had our lunch and we talked. He spoke very, very lovely English, and presumably French and Tel Avivian, whatever they speak, and just entertained us with stories about, doing his job in Paris and how he was looking forward to going home to see his wife and kids and blah, blah, blah. So then we went shopping, and I don't know, we did a few other things, and it got to be kind of late, and my sister was whining because she was tired. So at some point we parted, and he said, well, what are you going to be doing tonight? And I said, well, I don't know. What are we going to be doing tonight? He said, if you want to see Montmartre at night, and, go to the clubs and stuff, he said, like I said, it's my last night, let's go do it. I would love to hang out with you guys. So I said, yeah, sure, let's do it. Well, we agreed to meet at a place at a certain time. The time was coming up, we had taken our naps, and I was starting to feel reluctant about meeting up with this guy. I don't know why. It didn't feel so much like a red flag. It just felt like a, nah, you just shouldn't be doing this tonight. So we didn't show. And I'm sure he showed, probably with his, gang of identity thieves and purse snatchers. And probably looked around and was, rats. That was the wrong gambit. I lost. And probably toddled on his own, criminal way. But anyhow, I'm glad we didn't meet up with him. I'm glad we slept that night. Montmartre will have to wait. But in retrospect, I look back on this little half a day that we spent with this man, and I'm choosing to see him as an angel. He was someone who swept us up and took us along this lovely cloud of entertaining hours, and was handsome and solicitous and funny and engaging and entertaining, and you can't pay for better entertainment than that. I mean, it was wonderful. So, Tel Avivian angel, wherever you happen to be, I'm sure you're retired by now because you were probably 15 years older than we were. I hope you had a wonderful life, and I hope you weren't a criminal. Yeah, because you were wonderful. So, cheers, y'all. I'm going to think of another Paris story, and I'll tell that to you later. Bye.